Hello, doctors. I am revealing Canada's new 2026 PR pathway for you. Hello, Canada Immigration Matters family. I am Pius Ekwulugo, your regulated Canadian immigration consultant from Chugo Immigration Services. If you are a foreign-trained doctor watching this, or if you know a doctor who dreams of practicing in Canada, stop everything you are doing. We have been waiting for years for a change this big. The Canadian healthcare system is desperate for talent, and finally, the government isn't just talking, they are acting. But here's the good news amid the policy shifts. Our healthcare system is in crisis. An aging population, post-pandemic burnout, and rural doctor shortages mean we desperately need skilled physicians. That's why on December 8, 2025, the Immigration Minister Elena Diab dropped a bombshell announcement that changes the game for international medical graduates. We are talking about a dedicated, streamlined, fast-track pathway to permanent residence specifically for physicians. If you're a general practitioner, surgeon, or specialist, this is your golden window. No more temporary limbo. In this video, I am not just going to read the news. I am going to give you the blueprint. I will break down the new federal category, the 5,000 reserved provincial spots, and most importantly, how to tackle the beast that is provincial licensing. Make sure you watch until the very end, because I am going to share a real-life example of exactly how a doctor from overseas, like you, can navigate this maze successfully. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Let's dive in. The context, why now, and the competition. First, we need to understand the why. Why is Canada rolling out the red carpet now? It comes down to one word: crisis. Canada has an aging population. Millions of Canadians do not have a family doctor. The competition to immigrate here generally is fierce, we know that. The comprehensive ranking system scores for general draws are sky high. But the government has realized that we cannot treat doctors like general applicants. We cannot afford to have skilled surgeons driving taxis because the paperwork is too slow. So, the new policy is focused on two things: recruitment and retention. They don't just want you to come. They want you to work as a doctor and stay as a doctor. That is why the minister announced two specific pillars. One, a new Federal Express entry category for physicians with Canadian work experience. 2, a massive allocation of 5,000 dedicated admission spaces for provinces to nominate doctors. This is unprecedented. It means if you can get your foot in the door and start working, the path to permanent residence is wider than it has ever been. Let's do a deep dive. The two new pathways. Let's break these down, starting with the Federal Express entry category. This is for physicians with Canadian work experience. To qualify, you need to be eligible for the Federal Skilled Worker Program or the Canadian Experience class. But here's the key. You need 12 months of Canadian work experience as a doctor. I know what you are thinking. Pius, how do I get that experience if I don't have PR? That is where the second pillar comes in. The Provincial Nominee Program, or PNP. The government has given provinces 5,000 extra spaces just for you. Why is this huge? Because a provincial nomination gives you 600 additional comprehensive ranking system points. If you have those 600 points, you are guaranteed an invitation to apply in the next draw. Period. Plus, if a province nominates you, you get access to expedited work permit processing. We are seeing processing times targeted at just 14 days. That's right. 14 days. That means you land, you get nominated, you get your work permit, and you start practicing while your PR is processed in the background. Isn't that great? The real challenge? Provincial licensing. Now, here's the truth that other videos won't tell you. The immigration paperwork is actually the easy part. The hard part? It is the medical license. You cannot get the job offer and you cannot get the provincial nomination without dealing with the College of Physicians and Surgeons in that province. Let's look at 4 specific provinces that are aggressively recruiting right now. Number 1. Nova Scotia. College of Physicians and Surgeons of Nova Scotia's Practice Ready Assessment. Job offer from Nova Scotia Health, IELTS 7.0 minimum. They have the Practice Ready Assessment pathway. If you are a family physician, you might go through the Physician Assessment Center of Excellence. You need a job offer from the Nova Scotia Health Authority. Number 2. Alberta. College of Physicians and Surgeons of Alberta. Provisional Register, Alberta Health Services Sponsorship, Medical Council of Canada Qualifying Examination. Part 1 is often needed. Alberta is fantastic but strict. You usually start on a provisional register. This means you can practice but under supervision. Here is a pro tip. If you trained in an approved jurisdiction like the UK or Australia, Alberta has a streamlined route for you. Number 3. British Columbia. BC requires a Canadian sponsor note, essentially a job offer. College of Physicians and Surgeons of British Columbia Provisional, Health Match British Columbia helps. They rely heavily on the Health Match BC service. If you are targeting BC, go to the Health Match BC website today. Number 4. Saskatchewan. They have the SIPA program, Saskatchewan International Physician Practice Assessment. It is a 12-week assessment program. If you pass, you get a conditional license. The golden rule? Do not just apply for immigration. Apply for licensure verification with the Medical Council of Canada first. Use the physiciansapply.ca portal. If you do not have your educational credentials verified there, you are not going anywhere. You can also check out other provinces across Canada, whichever province of your choice, but do it now and do it fast. Let's use a real-life example to help you get the concept. Dr. Elena's journey. I want to paint a picture for you. Let's talk about Dr. Elena. Dr. Elena is a general practitioner in Lagos, Nigeria. She has 10 years of experience. She wants to move to Canada. Here's what Dr. Elena does wrong. She creates an express entry profile immediately and sits waiting. She has no Canadian license, no job offer. She will wait forever. Now, here is what Dr. Elena does right under these new 2026 rules. First, she goes to physiciansapply.ca and submits her medical degree for verification. 2. She studies for and passes the MCCQE Part 1 exam while still in Nigeria. 3. She identifies that Saskatchewan has a high demand. She applies to the SIPA program. 4. She gets accepted into the assessment, travels to Canada on a work permit, passes the 12-week assessment, and starts working in rural Saskatchewan. 5. After 12 months of working, she now qualifies for the new federal category, and she has a provincial nomination from Saskatchewan. 6. She applies for PR and gets it in 6 months. That is the roadmap. It is not overnight, but it is clear. The language factor, your secret weapon. Now, I need to be a tough coach for a minute. Dr. Elena succeeded because she was smart, but also because she took her language tests seriously. Competition is high. Even within this doctor pathway, you are competing against other doctors. You cannot settle for average English scores. You need to aim for a Canadian language benchmark, CLB, of 9 or higher. That means 8s in listening and 7s in everything else on the IELTS. And here's the ultimate cheat code, French. If you can take a French test and score a CLB 7, your points go through the roof. Canada loves bilingual doctors. If you have some basic French, invest in a tutor. It could be the difference between waiting 2 years or waiting 2 months. Let's recap what we learned today. New rules announced in December 2025 by the Canadian Minister of Immigration create a fast track for doctors. 2. There is a new federal category for doctors with 1 year of Canadian experience. 3. Provinces have 5,000 reserved spots that grant 600 bonus points. 4. You must align your immigration strategy with the provincial licensing body. Start with the Medical Council of Canada. 5. High English scores and French proficiency are your best tools to beat the competition. Navigating the Medical Council of Canada, provincial colleges, and IRCC all at once is complicated. One mistake in your licensing application can delay your immigration by years. Don't risk your medical career. At Chugo Immigration Services, we specialize in helping high-skilled professionals like you. We can help you build a roadmap that aligns your medical career goals with the right immigration pathway. Send us an email to book a consultation with us. Let's get you practicing medicine in Canada, where you are needed most. I'm Pius Ekwulugo, RCIC. Thank you for watching Canada Immigration Matters. If you found value in this, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with a doctor who needs to see it. See you in the next video.